Happy Tuesday, another blessed and grateful day. It's been a super busy, productive beginning of the week, and we have got packed out calls back to back to back. In fact, I actually want to touch on one or two of them that we had yesterday. I believe these two calls alone, each of them could be worth $10,000 value each. And I'd feel selfish if I didn't go ahead and pour back into each of you. So those of you who didn't get a chance to jump on, I'm going to give you some of the notes. So all good. So let me know, how's everyone feeling for the day? Grateful to be alive, grateful for God, for each of you, for another day to go ahead and grow and get 1% better than yesterday. Love it, love it. So dreamers, let's dive in. Yesterday, we had two different calls. We had one from Arash Vasuki, a multiple seven-figure earner inside of the space. In fact, he actually happens to be one of Bob Proctor's mentees years ago. So if you want to go ahead and get the video that some of us have been listening to for the past 6 months to a year, that I'm telling you is going to give you a whole new perspective, a shift in your mindset, and allow you to get some clarity on your goals for not just the end of the year, but really stepping into the highest version of ourselves for 2026. So that was call number one. The second call last night, we had a very exclusive wealth building seminar from none other than the GOAT himself, Mr. Brian Carruthers. And if you don't know, he's not only been in this company for over 25 years, but he's also amassed over essentially a $30 million net worth and portfolio through some of the investments that he's been able to make. And if I could give you one major lesson for what I've seen in the space, is there's so many that they know how to make money, but very few actually know what to do with it, right? So again, how many people have a job, but how many people don't have much in their savings account? You see, because it's easy to make money, but very few know how to not only hold it, keep it, but then again, multiply it. So let's talk about it. The wealth keys, the wealth tips. First question I want to ask you all is, what are you motivated by? That is the title for today. Go ahead and drop it down below. What are you motivated by? Could be different things. For some of you, maybe just like the thumbnail, you want to travel. Maybe you've always had a Ferrari on your dream board, or a Lambo. Maybe some of you want to take your family to Disney. Or maybe some of you want to give back to charity. You want to go ahead and give back to an orphanage or a school like we just did coming back from Guatemala. That was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Being able to see little kids that don't have homes. Some of their parents were killed and they have no place to stay. And because of this company, because of the leaders, they've been able to invest in a whole orphanage, a school, a way for them to eat, and a way for them to actually be safe and go throughout their life getting education, going to college, having a family, and actually being able to do something with their lives. So here was the nugget of that call. It doesn't really matter what we're motivated by. The fact of the matter is, money is a huge piece of that. Even if you want to give back to charity, if you have organizations that you really want to pour into, what is it going to take to be able to give back? You see, it's going to take money. How about all of the gifts and all of the arrangements that you'd like to bring to them? It costs money. So in reality, when you really think about it, it takes money to do most of the things that we're looking to accomplish. So if money's not everything, it's kind of like oxygen. We kind of need it to breathe. So here's the last piece I want to give you guys. The power of compounding the money that you make. I don't know if you guys realize this, but if you were to take $600 a month and you were to go and invest that into a 10%, let's say something like the S&P 500. For those of you that don't know what that is the top 500 companies in the world. And if you look at over the crest of time, they have a tendency to rise as time goes. So if you want to go ahead and allow your money to multiply, look at things like stocks. Look at things like getting into Apple. Brian Carruthers has $17 million worth of Apple stock. And that's going to do nothing but continue to grow, compound, and build his wealth. So that becomes the question for today. Is we are all making money, but where's that money going? I can tell you one of the first things I learned. I knew how to make money. I knew how to stash it under a mattress, but I never knew how to multiply it. You see, there's a story inside of the Bible of three different people, okay? The first guy, he takes money and he goes and he 10x's his money, multiplies it. The second guy takes the money and he doubles it. And then you have the third guy. Third guy takes the stash of money and guess what he does? He goes in his backyard, he buries it. He buries his money. So who do you think ends up becoming more successful? The guy who buried his money, the guy who went out and doubled it, or the guy that went out and invested in mentorship, invested in books, invested in audios, and he 10x'd his money? Who was the smart one that actually handled his money correctly? The first guy. So that's what I had to learn how to do. I had to learn how to invest into mentorship. I had to learn how to invest in my mind so my mind could then go out and fill up my pockets with the knowledge that we're able to go out and apply. So a couple questions to think about for today is, what is the goal that you see by the end of the year? Maybe for 2026, what is that one goal that's going to knock down all of the dominoes in your life? Maybe it could be $10,000 a month. What would that do for you inside of your life? Again, everybody's goals are going to be different, but it is something to think about for today. What are you motivated by? And allow that to go ahead and give you a little bit of perspective. So that's my training for today, fam. Remember this. Wednesday, what's time? 8:30. 8:30 Wednesday. If you want to go ahead and get access to some of these wealth building principles, to be able to hear, I think we have 6 7-figure earners in the space going over wealth building, how they've been able to make money from home, how they've been able to go ahead and achieve massive success online. We are going to be giving you the blueprint. So if you want to go ahead and get access to that, reach out, shoot me a DM, and I will make sure you guys go ahead and get on that call. You can reach out at Define Dreams, shoot me a message, and I will get that over to you. So I love you, fam. Anything you guys need, we've got your back. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything. We can hold it in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. It's game time. Let's grow.